All right, Mark, here we are in the Blue Jackets dressing room tonight after a big win. Justin, can I get you for a sec? Sure. If you don't mind?
Yeah, as long as you wait up.
With Justin Falk here, plays his second game in a row. You get another chance to get back in there. You look like it's effortless. You missed a lot of games, and then you jump back in against the Rangers on Monday, and you do it again here tonight. Tougher than it looks, or what?
Well, I wouldn't say effortless. Ryan Murray, I would say effortless. But guy misses that time, and he can skate for days. But no, it's just fun. It's fun to be a part and to be able to play games. Like you said, it's more of a mental battle to go that stretch of time without getting the lineup. But a lot of things come into consideration. The team's been playing well and on a streak like that, so I just tried to stay ready and found myself in a couple of games here and just hoping to make the best of them.
There have not been many games for this team that have not been one-goal games or chase from behind and grind them out kind of things. This one was way different tonight. You're up 5-0 after 2, coast that to a victory. How nice is it to have a game where you can actually breathe once in a while?
Yeah, like you said, it's nice to get the lead. We're playing from behind a couple times recently, but it felt not knocking anything on them, but if we could come out hard and try to make their key players want to shut down, and not that they did or anything like that, but we got ourselves a lead and we played hard and stayed with the good habits that got us there, and it carried on.
At what point do you as a group say, we got to get our goaltender shut up?
Yeah, Bob made some pretty big saves there in the end of the second there, breakaway, and in the third there. But he's battled hard. I wasn't here for his injuries and stuff like that early in the year, but I see his preparation, his commitment like that. He's a true pro, and he's showing it.
Justin, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
That is Justin Falk joining us here. Boone Jenner had one of these goals tonight. He's sitting patiently waiting at his locker. You and I talked this morning about this game and, what the game plan was. You guys went out there and really played it to perfection, it seemed, tonight.
Yeah, we got off to a good start, and that always helped. And then, we just carried it on throughout the second and into the third. Bob did a good job holding down the fort, and it was good.
You guys always talk about playing that Blue Jackets hockey, the hard forechecking, grind it out kind of a thing here. But Blue Jackets hockey is also total team effort. When you're winning games, somebody different every night, and you continue to do that. All 4 lines scored in this game.
Yeah, I think that's been key down the last 10 games or so here. Everyone's chipping in, all our D forwards, everyone. So it's nice to see, and it's good.
This is a team that had beaten you guys 2 times this year, and by 3-goal margins each time. And I know that they were a different team then than they are now, but so were you guys. Was it nice to go out there and show everybody? I mean, this was a game that was nationally televised in Canada. This is a big game. All the time when you play against a team like this, it's a big game. Was it nice to go out there and show everybody that you guys really are for real?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like you said, they beat us twice earlier in the year, and, we owed them one. So, we went out there and played, a pretty good game for us.
Is it almost sad there's only 2 games left when you're playing the way you guys are playing right now?
Yeah, no, it's tough for sure. I think, especially with the playoffs coming up and not being in it, it's tough. But, we just want to, get better the last couple games here and finish on a good note.
Boone, congratulations on the goal and the win tonight.
Thank you.
Boone Jenner talking to us, and Ryan Murray's over at his stall. He returned to the lineup tonight, just playing his 11th game of the season here this evening. Hadn't had a goal coming into this game. He changed that tonight on the power play with a shot from the blue line. Let's hear what he has to say.
I just, just kind of reactionary, kind of lucky the puck hit me type thing.
Hey Ryan, just when you talk about you this year, the importance of getting back for development because you're still a young player, but also how important was it for you to come back and have a game like tonight where you played so well after a frustrating season that during the offseason you have something positive to look back on?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was kind of the whole plan, is to get back and get some momentum going into the offseason, because it has been frustrating for me with all the rehab and missing so much games that I've been pretty frustrated all year. And this, it definitely feels good tonight to go out there and get a good win like this, and hopefully we can have a few more games here and then head into the summer with good momentum.
Does the goal feel good for you too?
Yeah, it felt awesome. I was just saying to them, a couple guys screening in front, wasn't that hard of a shot. I just tried to get it through, make a simple play, and luckily it went in.
How important was it for you guys to, dominate a team like this, a team that's been struggling, and the way that you've been playing to come out and really assert yourselves like you did tonight?
Yeah, it was just a pleasure to be out there with all these guys. Nobody checked out. Everybody's going out there and working hard and being responsible defensively, and playing for each other, going back for each other, and as D-man, it's so easy to go out there and play when we have the puck the whole time, and that's a credit to our forwards, just making good decisions with it and working hard to get that puck.
And your goalie played it like it was a one-goal game all the way to the end here tonight. And I could see you guys battling to get him the shutout.
Yeah, he was awesome. He definitely earned that one. They had some good chances, and particularly that breakaway I gave up. Guy kind of burned me there, but he bailed me out as usual. So he really earned it tonight.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. Good game tonight.
All right, thanks.
That's Ryan Murray of the Blue Jackets talking about their game tonight, his game tonight, their game tonight. And it was a good one all around. Again, all 4 lines scored in this game this evening. The Blue Jackets right now, with the exception of the overtime, the other night in New York, against what is the best team in the league, everything they've touched has turned to gold here lately for the Blue Jackets, and that's why they have picked up points in 11 straight games, and they're one away from tying a franchise record there, which is 12. And next up, they have the Buffalo Sabres, which if you look at them on paper, well, it's very similar to what they faced tonight in the Toronto Maple Leafs. Coming up, head coach Todd Richards will be addressing the media, and we'll have that for you here at BlueJackets.com and on the Souder Downs Columbus Blue Jackets Radio Network.
Not good. NHL Ticket Exchange gives ticket holders a sure shot at getting in. It's the only official ticket exchange of the NHL, where every Blue Jackets ticket is verified by Ticketmaster. This is how the NHL does it. You don't get somebody's old ticket, but a new one reissued just for you. Don't get burned by ticket fraud. Buy or sell at NHL.com/ticket exchange. He scores! NHL Ticket Exchange is a trademark of the National Hockey League.
I would say for me, hockey is kind of hard. Mental things, physical things, technical things. In the practice, it's tough. It's hard to work on some details. But on a game, it's mostly it should be fun to be able to go on ice together and have some fun.
Join the battle when the Columbus Blue Jackets face the Buffalo Sabres for the final home game of the season on Friday, April 10th at 7 p.m. Get tickets now at BlueJackets.com.
Hi, I'm Wilma Smith. Since I retired, my husband and I love to explore our city, but finding the time isn't always easy. That's why Discount Drug Mart's Sync Your Meds program is so wonderful. The pharmacist at Drug Mart worked with me and my doctor to ensure all my prescriptions would be in stock and ready on the same day each and every month. Now I accomplish in one trip what my friends and neighbors do in 5 or 10. Discount Drug Mart Sync Your Meds program gives you time to do the things you love. Discount Drug Mart saves you the runaround.
I love my coffee. And sure, I can get it anywhere, but I don't want that coffee. I want great tasting coffee. So I go to the guys who care about coffee as much as I do. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Coffee experts who source and roast their own beans and serve it the way I like it. And they have a delicious new dark roast with
2
rich
minutes,
full
guys.
flavor and a smooth finish. Just one more thing to love. And now, buy 6 medium or larger brewed coffees, get the next one free. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting food, amazing coffee.
See participating U.S. restaurants for details.
Blue Jackets fans, AEP Energy has you covered when it comes to protecting your home's energy costs. They call it the Home Energy Game Plan. Get peace of mind with a fixed rate on your electricity and natural gas supply as the seasons change. So don't wait. Plan ahead and start your home energy game plan today by visiting AEPenergy.com. AEP Energy, a proud sponsor of the Columbus Blue Jackets. While an affiliate of AEP Ohio, AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of the utility.
Hi, I'm Wilma Smith. I'm like you when it comes to picking up my prescriptions. I don't want to park a mile away, fight the crowds, wait in long lines. That's why I go to Discount Drug Mart. Drug Mart is in my neighborhood and always convenient. The pharmacists know me and are always helpful.
1 minute.
Discount Drug Mart's generic prescription program features hundreds of medications and over-the-counter products used to treat diabetes, cholesterol, high blood pressure, and more. Many as low as $1.99.
45
Discount Drug Mart
seconds.
saves you the runaround and a whole lot more.
Like tailgating, stock car racing, and the blues, Yingling is purely American. Like neighborhood hardware stores and local diners, Yingling is a family business. Yingling is like a lot of things, but our lager is unlike anything else. A true American lager, purely independent in a way that's hard to find
30
these
seconds.
days. Think about it. We've survived for 185 years by making darn good beer. Yingling Lager from America's oldest brewery.
15
DG Yingling and
seconds.
Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
10 seconds, guys. 5 seconds till music. Stand by. And you're live.
Blue Jackets with a big victory tonight here at home over the Toronto Maple Leafs, 5-0, the final score in this game. I really felt like somewhere there was a big red button and the Blue Jackets just went, bam. That was easy because it was the way they played this game tonight against the Maple Leafs. A team that 2 times this year had beaten them by 3 goals, 4-1 and 5-2 in the first 2 meetings, but those 2 meetings were a long time ago, and this was completely different tonight. This was Blue Jackets from late in the first period all the way through the third period. The only question in this game by the time you got to the third period was, will Sergei Bobrovsky get a shutout or will he not? And the answer, of course, was yes. He did get one, his second of the years. He continued to battle all the way. And I thought the Blue Jackets got loose at points in the third period, but how can you blame them? You're up 5-0 on a team that's really bringing not much of anything at you whatsoever. You get a little bit loose. You know you have those 5. You know they're not going to score 5. Right? You know they're not going to get 5. So you get a little bit loose, you make some mistakes, but Sergei bailed them out each and every time that happens. So it was great to watch him work tonight. It was great to watch the Blue Jackets all have everyone contributing in different ways. Jeremy Morin getting his second goal of the year. Ryan Murray getting his first goal of the year. Boone Jenner scoring a goal tonight. And just the way they kept on coming in waves. There was at one point in the second period where it seemed like they were in the Maple Leaf zone for 2 straight minutes. And I think they made a line change in the middle of that, and they still kept the puck in there, and they still kept it down low, and they kept on cycling, and they just wouldn't let it come out of the zone. I mean, this was a domination effort by the Blue Jackets tonight, and how many times have you seen that throughout the course of the year? You haven't. Everything's been nip and tuck and down by 2 and chasing and winning by 1 or forcing overtime or winning in overtime or winning in a shootout. That's been even through this stretch where the Blue Jackets have picked up points in 11 straight games. How many times has that happened? There have been no easy ones, but tonight was an easy one. And tonight is one that they can look at and feel good about and then come back to work on Friday against the Buffalo Sabres. They're now in a spot where they have 2 games remaining on the schedule. Friday's game against Buffalo here, going to Long Island to take on the New York Islanders on Saturday. One of those teams is a playoff team. One of those teams is trying to win the lottery. But the Blue Jackets have 4 points remaining on the table. They want to pick them all up here tonight. And it's really, when you look at it, even if you factor in the overtime losses now, this team's over 500 for the year. So to come from where they were to where they are and overcome the injuries, again, the sad thing is it just took too long to do it. It was too late by the time they finally got it going here. But all in all, big victory for the Blue Jackets and a very nice showing here tonight by them. And it was good to see Ryan Murray get back into the lineup. You know, he talked about how important it was to come back in. Todd Richards has talked about for him how important it is to play 2 games, because I think that's what the plan is. 3 remain, but if he could play, they wanted to get him in 2 of those games and then maybe have him sit out the third one. But the fact is, you know, this guy has lost pretty much the entire season. 2 years ago, the year before he got here, as a rookie, he was injured for much of the season, had a shoulder injury that required surgery. So 2 of the last 3 years, he hasn't played a lot of hockey. So to get him to come back tonight and try to get him into the summer feeling positive about himself and having the team see him do what he did here tonight once again was a very important thing. And he's the kind of guy that can jump into the lineup and doesn't look like that he's missed 90% of the season. I mean, he just comes in, he makes plays, he throws a soft puck toward the net and it finds its way in for the goal. You know, he did mention that he got beaten on a breakaway one time and Sergei Bobrovsky had to bail him out. But other than that, I mean, what mistakes did he make tonight? You just don't see this guy make mistakes. He's solid as they come. And to have him back in there really was another calming influence tonight. Todd Richards is at the podium in the media room. Let's listen in to what the head coach has to say.
Todd, how satisfying is that to have that kind of win here at home and keep the point streak alive?
It's a good feeling. You win anytime you win in this league, and you're able to win 5-0. Obviously, did a lot of good things. So it leaves you with a good feeling, and to continue with the streak of 11 games now. 11 games now. Where we haven't lost in regulation. So there's a lot of things to feel good about.
You feel like this club owes it or owed it to its fans to finish strong here at home, given the struggles here at home?
We talked about that. The disappointment when you go back over the season, you look at stats, numbers, records, whatever it is. For me, it comes down to obviously our home record and how we've played here. Now there were different times where maybe we struggled in the third period where games were tight, and then there were other times where we just didn't get off on the right foot in games. And what we need to do is establish our game here at home and make this a tough building to play in. And we've done that in the past. For whatever reason, we didn't do that this year.
Was there ever a point where you were worried about a letdown during this game? I mean, did you know right away could you sense that wasn't going to happen against Toronto tonight?
I think the guys were focused, prepared, and they're professionals too. This is what you get paid to do. You get paid to go out and play, and some games are easier to play than others. But I think the guys were focused and ready.
You've played a lot of playoff-bound teams and teams that have their standings yet to be decided recently. Is this game maybe almost a better measure of your team's character in that they were playing a club that looked emotionally spent?
I think all these games are measuring the guys' characters and our character as a group. I don't think it was playing against the New York Rangers on Monday and playing these guys on Wednesday. It's professional and, again, character.
Coach, it's been spoken about all season, the importance of getting Ryan Murray back in the lineup before the end of the year, just for the importance of his development. But how important was a night like tonight for him to play well, just have something in the offseason to look back on and feel positive about after this year?
I wasn't concerned with him playing well. It was just about him getting in the lineup and playing games and getting reps out on the ice. Now, he played really well tonight. And it's what we expected out of Ryan. He's done it a number of times this year where he's come in off of an injury or just missing some games, and he stepped right in. And it looks like he's been playing the whole season. So speed and timing, all those things that you talk about with rust, he didn't have any of that. Stepped right in, and you can see the impact that he has on our team. He makes us a better team.
Todd, was there a point tonight when you felt that the team kind of galvanized around making sure Bob got a shutout?
For me, we gave up too many chances in the third period, and Bob really earned his shutout there in the third period. We gave up, some point-blank chances, and but that's Bob being Bob. That's what we expect out of him. I would have liked to have seen it a little bit simpler, nicer third period, but sometimes that happens.
How good has Bobrovsky been during this run? I know you've scored a lot of goals, I think 4 or more, averaging over the last 10 or whatever it is, but how good has Bob been during this stretch? And do people not realize maybe how good he's been?
Well, he's been good, but again, you have to credit the guys around him too. He's made some big saves, and I think it's some things that we expect out of Bob now, just having seen it in the past. But you have to give credit to the guys too that are playing in front of him. Ryan Murray, a big block shot in the third period, and there's other examples of that too. Bob's playing well, but I think as a group, when you've gone 11 games without a regulation loss, it's a team effort.
Piggybacking off that team effort thing, how good was it to see not just 5 goals, but 5 goals from 5 different players on multiple lines?
Contributions from a lot of different people tonight. Obviously the offensive zone, scoring goals, but there were some big plays all over the ice. And I think you look at the minutes played out on the ice, I think everybody was double digits, and you're able to just play 4 lines and just kind of roll lines. And that's because all the lines are going. And it's, as a coach, it's easy to coach them.
This was a game in which some of your young players really showed out. Marco Dano and Wemberg had a couple block shots, and then Boone Jenner. Could you talk about their performance this evening?
Well, again, our young guys were good, but when you go back over a 5-0 win, it's a team effort. And again, the way the minutes were played, you can see that. Everybody had contributions out on the ice. But you can tell that there's something with Marco Dano and Wemberg. You can see some chemistry. You can see vision and the skill and the talent that these guys have. And the more that they play together, the more reps that they get, you can really see something starting to build there.
Todd, win number 40, and I think if you look back to when things weren't going so well, 40 wins seemed impossible. What does that milestone or that milepost along the way mean to you? I know you like to look at those things after the fact, but I mean, it's pretty significant given where this team was.
It is, but again, I look at as a coach, you're always saying, where can we be better? And 40 wins, considering where we're at, is pretty good. But where we stumbled and to me where we failed is too many regulation losses. And 40 wins, this year I still don't think that'll get you in. And I'm talking about not having as many losses. 35 regulation losses is too many. You got to try to get some of those to overtime. And you get 8 of those to overtime. Yeah, again, that's 88 points with 2 games to play. And the way that this season has gone, you're still short. But considering where we were at, absolutely. And it's a credit to the players again about the things that we talked about, how we want to finish the season, the things that we want to do, want to accomplish, about getting better, and building some momentum into the summer. And again, there's a good buzz in the city, and there's a good buzz around the Blue Jackets right now. And that's the way we want to finish out the season.
Todd, you caught Ken Hitchcock tonight on this club's win list. I think most people, if they equate a coach with this team, it's Hitch. Now that you've caught him, maybe it's you now. I mean, is there any significance to that to you?
To me, no. No, there's no significance. It's a win. I'm looking forward to Friday, that game, trying to get another win. And again, when this is all over with, look back and reflect on things, but it's going to be more about where we need to be better so we can get more wins. Oh yeah, for sure. I my time in the NHL and following the Blue Jackets, it was always Hitch behind the bench. Thanks.
So there's head coach Todd Richards. No surprise. He wanted to deflect away from the fact that he now has 125 wins as the head coach of this franchise, tying him with Ken Hitchcock. And he has a chance to overtake him on Friday against the Buffalo Sabres. On paper, he's already done it. But they're not going to play the game on paper. They're going to play it on the ice here. It'll be the final home game of the season coming up on Friday night, Blue Jackets and the Sabres. A huge 5-0 win for the Blue Jackets here tonight over the Maple Leafs. That'll do it for our BlueJackets.com coverage. Stay tuned. Much more of the Tim Hortons postgame show continues with Mark Wyant next on the Scioto Downs Columbus Blue Jackets Radio Network.